hello, one and all, to another edition of Talking Ball. Um, and I'm joined as per usual with my wonderful co-host Jose. Jose, what's up, man?
Yeah, not much, not much. Just chilling Saturday, chill zone time.
Yes,
Yeah.
gotta love it, gotta love it. I was planning on staying up late last night and doing a bunch of fun stuff. Oh, it's my Friday, and I fell asleep literally like as soon as I got off work. I was just out. But it's good. I got up early today. I've already got a nice start to my Saturday, and then now we've got football going on, which is always fun. Um, so yeah, maybe this weekend will be one that breaks a lot of people's predictions. I'm not really sure. Uh, the Liverpool match, everyone got that one pretty well correct. But yeah, I mean, if Manchester United can't pick it up against Bournemouth, a lot of people are going to lose some points there. Um, Currently, I just flipped on the Man United Bournemouth match.
Okay.
So yeah, I didn't see the goal. I haven't seen how Man United are playing just yet. I see that Maguire still starts in place for the Harry Maguire, man. Did you know there were some people in one of our chats the other day that said that they would rather have Maguire than Romero on their team? That's bonkers to me. Absolutely
Really?
bonkers. Yeah.
Okay, I must have missed that one then.
Yeah, Harry Maguire over Romero. That's just crazy. But I mean, I don't know. You don't watch much international football? I was gonna say, I just wonder if Harry Maguire has been performing at any level. I mean, he must be for him to keep getting picked. But I heard a pretty cool. First of all, we got Totspurs in the house. Big up in us. Big up Totspurs. And then Mark Cousins is in the house as well. It's been a while since I've seen Mark. Yeah, what is up, Sheriff? What is up, bud? It's been a minute, so it's nice to see your name pop up down there, my man. But yeah, Harry Maguire, he must be performing somewhere. But did you see? Was it Marcus Rojo? Is that guy's name? Or Rojo, I believe is his last name, right? That used to play for United.
They used to play. Yeah.
He came out in an interview, a real scathing interview recently, saying that the reason why Harry Maguire was playing, told to him by the coach, which was at the time, I guess, Ten Hag. No, it wasn't. It was before that. Anyway, but he was told that the reason why Harry Maguire was playing and starting was because he cost so much. Basically, that they wouldn't take him off the, you know what I mean? That they wouldn't take him out of the starting 11 because of the fee that they paid for him. And I guess they were trying to play him into form or have him come good, but. Yeesh. If that's the case, that's not the way to run a football club at all.
Yeah, but the thing is that when you're spending that type of money, you're spending that type of money for a reason. There must have been a reason. They must have they must have thought highly and well enough of him to pay that type of money. And at the end of the day, when you've spent that outlay, you're not going to just toss that outlay into the corner. You want that outlay to work, don't you? So it's a bit like us with Richarlison. We spent 60 million on Richarlison. We're not tossing Richarlison to the corner. We want Richarlison to work out. That's why you spent the money on him.
Yeah, and I mean, even to say, yeah, that's true. And even the same with Ndombele. We tried to play him into form for as long as we possibly could have. But Wayne Bonner is also in the house. How's it going, fellas? Hope you're well, says Wayne. Wayne, I can't speak for Jose. I shouldn't, but I'm doing great. It's a wonderful day here. Indiana is gloomy and gray skied, much like I imagine England is today. But yeah, the other than it being gross outside, the weather's not too bad. Let's see what the temperature is here. We've got 17 degrees Celsius today in my land, so not too bad. Could definitely be worse. So let me see what you had on your score prediction. You definitely had United winning today, isn't that right, Jose?
I don't know old enough to find it all.
Yeah, I think a lot of people had United.
No, I haven't. I've got Man United losing 2-1.
Whoa, okay, great. You might well get your wish. Bournemouth, from what I've seen, just from the little bits that I've seen, look really scrappy and hungry. I just hope they can keep this up. For the
So
rest of
me, Beer Talk, Ben have all got away victories at the moment.
Mark Cousins says 17 degrees. That's summer over here. I love it. Big up, Mark. Yes.
Good afternoon. What's the points in the house as well? Wayne,
Yeah.
sorry, Wayne, can I just say, Wayne, I messaged you back. I think you've seen it. We did receive your predictions.
Thanks, Wayne. Big up, man. Yeah. So you guys, anybody in the comments right now? Any of you guys watched the Liverpool match this morning? I really, really thought Liverpool were going to drop points, man. I really thought they were going to. Harvey Elliott, of course, and Mo Salah. I guess is still somewhat effective. He had not been looking the same player this season, and I guess for a couple seasons now. To be honest, he's clearly kind of dropping off in his career, but he got that all important tying goal for Liverpool. So, Liverpool ended up getting all 3 points today, which doesn't make me particularly happy. But what does make me happy is this. What's the point puts up here? Bournemouth 1, United 0. And you love to see it. You love to see another bald fraud manager. It's good stuff. Solanke, is that how do you pronounce this fellow's name here? Solanke has 8 goals for Bournemouth. That's a good scoring rate, being with such an average team. 100%. Everybody always says, that players look better with a better supporting cast around them. Is that a player, Jose, that you would ever dream of entertaining having at Spurs for even as like a backup option?
Solanke, when he was younger, he was well touted. When he was younger, he was a well touted individual. But he's not really lived up to the touting that he had when he was younger.
See, I don't remember much about him. Was he part of like the England U21 like setup and everything?
Yeah, he was part of Chelsea, the Chelsea academy coming through. So he was part of the brigade that they had at Chelsea, where they had lots of great. He came through. He played at the same time as Loftus-Cheek.
Oh, okay.
So they were all in the same kind of age group, coming through at Man United. I don't know, Tomori might have been one of them around that time as well.
Yeah, they had a nice little like academy class. At that point, they had some talented players coming up. But wasn't that also at the time though, where they had, and I guess still do have, players on loan everywhere? Chelsea just have too many young talented players for their own good. It seems like.
Wolves have equalised against Forest.
Oh, Wolves and Forest. Okay, I need to see what I put for that one as well. But Wolves have equalized against Forest. I need to get some banners up for scores. Real quick, I want to add at the bottom, like I add every time, thanks to everyone for being here. We are all one big Spurs family, so be good to each other. So Wolves 1, Forest 1, and then we still have
Brighton 0, Burnley 0.
Burnley 0. So we got Brighton and Burnley at 0-0, and then obviously, unless I'm way behind, United is still down 1-0 to Bournemouth. So
good afternoon, Audio Artisan is here.
Yo, Audio Artisan, what is up, homie? Hope you're good, man. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday. I put that one backwards. I put Bournemouth first. United 0. Bournemouth 1. Gotta love that. This one's the one that's making me the happiest today.
What's the point? Mateus Cunha, he's in my fantasy team, so I'm glad that he scored. Mateus Cunha is absolutely a dream footballer.
I've heard good things.
Mateus Cunha is someone that I would have at Tottenham. He just eats up ground. He transitions with the ball and he just eats up ground. Hey, Barbaric Disdain's in the house. Barbaric, I've not seen you for a while.
I don't know if I've ever met Barbaric Disdain, but good to meet you. I'm
Barbaric.
Colin.
It's good to see you. How are you? How you been keeping? It's been a while. So, yeah, what I'm doing at the moment, Barbaric, is I'm currently dual streaming. So I do it on because you're currently at Hotel Cockra. I do it from there, and I also co-host now here on Talk and Ball. So if Colin would like to put the link for Talk and Ball in, what we're asking people to do is to dual the stream and also to subscribe to both channels. So yeah, if Colin's going to put it in, so Barbaric, you can also find me on this channel that Colin's going to put up now, which is Talk and Ball.
Oh, I put it in the wrong chat. I need to put it on your chat. Hold on 1 second. Because he doesn't. Oh, well, I guess you could see that here, but let me put it on. Do you mind if I put it on your channel? If I put it on
No, it needs to go on my channel.
Okay, good. YouTube.
But yeah, Barbaric's been a while. I've not seen you in a while, but yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. I was just more about how you were. It's a pleasure seeing you again because it's been a few months, I think, since I last saw you.
It is always nice to meet up with old friends, especially when there's football on. And today seems like it's been a pretty exciting day for football. I mean, there's goals being scored. It's not, a bunch of boring 0-0 fest. Teams are coming out to play. I'm enjoying it, especially, like I keep saying it, but especially this United match. I'm not the biggest United fan. I'm kind of reveling in there, having falling down the pecking order a bit. Ever since Sir Alex Ferguson left, they have not quite been the same team, So long may it continue. Long may it continue. What do you think, real quick, Jose, too, what do you think that was? Do you think that Alex Ferguson was actually that good of a manager? Do you think the players had more respect for him, so they played more for him? Do you think it was partly the pressure that he would put on the referees? I mean, because it really does. I know that also he left right when a lot of their best players were aging out of the club and hadn't been replaced. So I know that's a function, part of it too. But what was responsible for their big fall off? And it did coincide with when Sir Alex left.
Yeah, but Sir Alex has been there for 20 odd years.
Yeah.
So he had a way of doing things, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
And then obviously when he's left and you bring somebody else in, and somebody else is going to have new ideas and new thoughts and new ways of doing football. I mean, the way Sir Alex did football was one way. The way Pep does it is a different way. Football evolves, changes.
Thanks, Barbaric. You're a good dude.
And I think when he left, he did lose a few players. He did lose a few players that were coming towards the end of their careers. And I think there was movement upstairs at the club as well, which I think affected stuff that was going on. So it's a variables. There's a multitude of things that go on at clubs that could have affected the way that they were doing it. So
yeah, I would have thought if it was me though, and I had a team that was doing so well, had been doing so well for such a long period of time, I would have basically just brought in a Sir Alex Ferguson light. You know what I mean? I would have tried to poach one of his, somebody off of his team, maybe the assistant manager or something, because what they had was clearly working. But then again, you've got to be constantly replacing players even before it's time to replace them, something Spurs can't do. And it doesn't seem like United was doing it either. And then United seemed to have gone on kind of a weird, like Galactico type signing spree where they're just, signing a bunch of big money players that don't necessarily fit together. If you have as many managers in a short period of time as they have as well, it's easy to get players. We know this, that work well with one manager, but not so well with another. So I think that's what they're falling into, but I don't know how they fix it. I guess they just have to have a manager and stick with them for a long time, a season or two at least.
So Barbaric is asking us a question, I believe.
Got to hear. How confident are you for tomorrow's game?
Colin, I'll let you go first before I answer it.
I'm actually probably too confident, Barbaric. That's just my way of being. Real quick, after this, what's the point's got some cool stuff I want to throw up too. But yeah, Barbaric. So I'm probably too confident. I have overconfidence in Spurs.
Your prediction was, Colin?
My prediction, I believe it was 2 or 3 to 1.
3-1 you've got down as your prediction.
Yep. So yeah, I believe we'll win. I don't think we're going to keep a clean sheet. I don't think we're going to keep a clean sheet, but I would actually prefer we get scored on first. I would prefer that we concede the first goal and then play our normal, our catch up, trying to get back kind of a thing. yeah, 3-1, I think. And I think they're going to score first, and I don't think this match is going to appear nearly as close as some of our matches we've played in recently. But what about you, Jose?
Right, Barbaric. I said yesterday on the show that there's a few things. There's a few things going on at the moment with Tottenham and Newcastle, with the amount of players that we've both got out. But if we think that we've got a bad state of affairs at the moment, the club Newcastle are in the far worse position. I think Newcastle, where we might have 8 out, or 8, I think, out, they've got 11 or stroke 12 out. I watched the Everton Newcastle game the other night, or watched the first half, then watched Tottenham, and during half time of the Tottenham game, I went back and watched Everton's last. I watched nearly the last 15 minutes, where Everton had gone 2-0 up. Trippier had made 2 mistakes, and I could see that Newcastle were on their last legs. They're absolutely knackered because, unlike ourselves, Newcastle had to play in Europe whilst they've had these injuries, so they've had more games to play, and they haven't rotated. They've played players upon players, so they flogged their players basically. And with regards the game tomorrow by Barrett, I'm taking into account that Newcastle play in Europe during the week in the Champions League, and it's a must-win game for them in order to try and secure a place in the last 16. So Howe's going to have to think about that game as well as tomorrow's game. So my thoughts are that we're playing them at the right time, and I've gone all out. I think that we've been playing good football in that. We've not been spanked by anyone. We're playing good football in that. And for me, if everything clicks for us tomorrow and the stars align for themselves, I'm going for Tottenham 4-0. I'm going for us to finish our breakfast, our lunch, and our dinner tomorrow, and I've gone 4-0 in my predictions. I thought that. How does that grab you, Barbaric? Am I deluded? Is Colin deluded? What do you think the score will be, Barbaric?
Yeah, I was going to ask, and for everybody in the chat too. I know we've heard from a lot of you guys yesterday, but if anybody in here wants to throw in, if you changed your mind, if you want to throw in your score predictions for tomorrow, we'd love to have them. It's not changing in the game, by the way, but just changing if you change your mind today.
And Barbaric, just to let you know that on a Friday, it's mostly on a Friday, unless there's a game week like this week, we have to do it on Monday as well. On a Friday, we do predictions league, so we predict all 10 games. We do it as a panel, and all our people in the chat do it as well. And we've got a league running at the moment, and that's why we can say to you, we've predicted scores already. So if you want to join in, Barbaric, join us on a Friday.
Absolutely, please do.
Barbaric's going for a score draw, and he thinks it will be 1-1. And he's also said, I never thought I'd say this quickly, but God, do we miss Van der Ven and Maddison? Yes, we certainly do.
I think Van der Ven's more important to the team than Romero. There, I said it. I know that's probably a very controversial statement, just because he hasn't been playing, like at the top. I mean, I don't know. The Bundesliga is a great league, but he hasn't been playing in the Premier League for multiple seasons now. He hasn't. But still, his pace is just unreal. His strength and his pace coupled together make him one of the best defenders I think I've ever seen at Tottenham. In my time, he's incredible. He's incredible. Donna Colin is in the house. What is up, Donna? Donna saying, "Wagwan, handsome and cute, Mr. Call." And saying I have the best beard in town. Thank you so much. It's actually really needs trimmed, but I work from home and I'm too lazy to do it. So, yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for being here. But yeah, I do kind of agree that there is a chance. I don't know. There's always the chance that we draw tomorrow. I would much rather draw than lose, but. What about you, Jose? Do you want to continue? I mean, do you want us to score first so that we can get that monkey off our back with the whole we lose every time that we get the first goal thing?
Again, I mean, as fans, we're frustrated, Colin. We're frustrated, and we're frustrated because we're not getting the victories. But I look at the games. I look at them. I'm going on memory, and my memory might be like a sieve. I might be wrong, so I'm just going to look it up. All right.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that I'm talking. What I do is backed up by fact, because I don't want my emotions to get involved. All right, let me just check this up. Right. The results are for 2023-24. 2023. Okay. Let's go 24 season. Right. Okay. So, how's our season gone? Right. Let's have a look.
So what's the points been throwing in scores here of players that he basically, I think he's still trying to say Kulu is not a good winger on his output, so he's throwing up other players that have good goal returns, I think is what he's saying.
But Cunha don't play wing.
That's true.
So you can throw players. And Mbeumo plays in a wide three. Yeah, Wally Watkins is a centre forward. It's not a like for like. So at the end of the day, yeah, great that people have got good stats. You could throw Sonny in there as well if you wanted to, because Sonny's a player who plays in a position. Match up Sonny against Huang Li Chan. Match up Sonny against
Saka.
Match these players up, and you get a like for like. Putting random players' names up. It's random players' names up. Right, I'm going to go back. So, first game of the season, we drew 2-2 against Brentford. We then beat Man United 2-0. We then beat Bournemouth 2-0. We then beat Fulham 5-2. We then beat Sheffield United 2-1. We drew with Arsenal 2-0. We beat Liverpool 2-1. We beat Luton 1-0. We beat Fulham 2-0. We beat Palace 2-1. Chelsea, we got beaten 4-1. All right. Then we were beaten by Wolves 2-1. We've been beaten by Villa 2-1. We've been beaten by West Ham 2-1. And we drew against Man City 3-0. So, my point is that no one's battered us. No one's battered us this season. And the frustration is that, like you say, we scored first. We're not finishing our dinner, our lunch, or our breakfast. Whatever time the kickoff is, we're not finishing our food at the sitting that we should do. And therefore, I just think, and with the way that Postecoglou was pissed off, someone's going to get it. But someone's only not going to get it once. Someone's going to get it, and someone else will get it, and someone else will get it. And we've got to start somewhere. Why not start this weekend? My thoughts are that the stars are aligned, and it's unfortunate to say that, but Newcastle have got other things to worry about and stuff like that. Why can't it start tomorrow? Why can't we start putting it away tomorrow? And if you start doing what you're meant to be doing, and Postecoglou's then telling you you're doing the right things, you're doing it properly, and this is what we need to do again and again and again, and you get it instilled in you, then our results will change. We've not been battered by anyone at all. The games that we've lost by the odd goal. But the only anomaly was Chelsea. We were down to 9 men. But and even then, I wouldn't say we got battered. The score was 4-1. But within the game, I wouldn't say it was a battering. But yeah, at the end of the day, for me, I think we owe one. We owe a hiding to someone. Why not start with Newcastle tomorrow?
Absolutely. And I know that Newcastle have been, like you said, under a lot of duress. They've got a lot of things going on, but Newcastle was also the team that everybody was saying to watch out for, that was going to maybe overtake us, in a couple of seasons. And I would like to beat them just for that reason. Even though I know they're not at full strength, I want to beat these guys. I want to beat these guys who have had, the massive cash injection or are getting ready to, have the new owners, have all the money in the world to spend. Let's go show them what's up.
Brighton 0, Burnley 1.
Oh, okay.
Sheffield United 1, Brentford 0. I've gone for the home win on that one.
There you go. So there are plenty of goals being scored today.
So currently it's Brighton 0, Burnley 1 at half time. Man United 0, Bournemouth 1 with 2 minutes of extra time played so far. Sheffield United 1 up against Brentford with 4 minutes of extra time played. And you also have Wolves 1, Forest 1 with 45 plus 2 minutes played so far. So the only game that's reached half time is Brighton Burnley.
Do you think that Burnley will keep Vincent company if they stay up this season?
Yes. If they stay up, company stays with them, yes.
I really hope so. I like the football that he plays. I feel like with a couple more transfer windows and maybe some more cash, he could really get that going. You know what I mean? And I also kind of respect him in the same way that a lot of people are sort of respecting Postecoglou for not changing his tactics. I know that company, I think, has changed stuff a little bit. And they're not quite as front foot as they were to start the season out, but he still is stuck to his, attacking football, his same philosophy. And I like that. I really respect that. And there's also not a whole lot of managers of color in any of the leagues. And it's nice to, you know what I mean, to see him doing well. I hope that he continues to do well. So yeah, Vincent Company, keep it up, man. It's nice to be able to kind of like root for a team because they're not going to like usurp your team and in the points anywhere. So you know what I mean. It's okay for me. I feel like to cheer on Burnley. But yeah, I really hope that that Burnley can stay up this season. I like Vincent Company as a manager. I liked him as a player. Honestly, he's just seems like one of the good guys. So big up to Burnley and.
Yeah, but Barbaric. All games, well, 3 of the games have now gone to half time. The only one we're waiting on, Wolves and Forest. Barbaric says, controversial or not, I think he has to drop Kulu and put Johnson on the right wing. Kulu is so wasteful. Barbaric, I agree in a certain sense. I don't agree with Kulu being dropped. Obviously, you haven't seen yesterday's show. I was really fearful and deflated when I saw the lineup against West Ham. And I saw that Højbjerg had been brought in and Hill had been dropped out, which meant that Kulu was going to then play up top again. I think Kulu has had 2 magnificent games for us, playing as a number 10. And I wanted to see him as a 10. I'm hoping that he'll be a 10 tomorrow. I'm hoping that we'll revert to that and then play players out wide. I mean, I've gone as far as to say, if Son is injured tomorrow, because they said he's got a sore back, but Sonny's always got sore things and always ends up.
He's got a sore back from carrying the entire team on his back, or at least the Korean national team. But okay,
yeah. But so to me, if Son were to be injured tomorrow, I would be going out with Richarlison on the left. I'd be going out with Liz down the middle and Johnson down the right. Kulu in the 10 with Lo Celso and Bissouma.
I think it'd be awesome.
I'm giving Bissouma his last chance. If Bissouma doesn't cut it tomorrow, then a fit Sarr has got to come in and replace him because Bissouma's been off the boil for like 8 games.
I was going to say at least 5 matches that I can think of.
And I remember when I was saying that he's off the ball, I was getting pelters from people. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Well, he's not improved since I said that, and that was many, many, many shows ago, and that was many, many weeks ago.
You caught some flack for that show, by the way.
I did. I got some flack for it, but I've been proved so far. I don't want to be proved right because I want Bissouma to play well. Because if he plays well, the team plays better as well. But so far, the comments that I made back then, when I said that he'd been poor for about 4 or 5 games, he's continued to be poor. So I want him to change. That's what I'm saying. Give him another chance tomorrow. A fully fit Sarr, or get a fully fit Sarr back into the team. Mark Cousins, we miss a player that is in Germany now.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Who's that? Can you tell us who that is, Mark? Because I haven't got a clue of any player that we miss in Germany.
I don't think so either.
And we have Scott M.
Scott, what is up, Scott? Good to have you here, buddy.
And what Scott M says, I agree wholeheartedly. Scott, that's once I do agree with you, pal. Johnson is wasteful. Johnson is still finding his feet at the club. It's weird because by one token, he's only 22 years of age. He he can only do what he can do. The price tag means nothing, but he doesn't look like a £47.5 million player at the moment.
So, no, does he look to you like he's trying way too hard? It looks to me like he's trying too hard. You know what I mean? That he's trying too hard to impress. Sometimes I feel like if players would just kind of like get on with their game, work with the team, make the simple passes, and not try to take everything on themselves, that usually it'll go better for them. But he still seems to be, I don't know, just maybe trying too hard. I know that sounds silly because obviously you want to try as hard as you can, but I think if you're overly conscious of how you're playing, if you don't just get out there and kind of to a certain extent just play, you can get into your own head. You can start overthinking things, wasting chances. So hopefully he, just kind of relaxes a little bit and like Postacoglu's been saying all season, that the players believe in him and Postacoglu, but not in themselves. So if we could just get, Johnson to believe in himself, I think we'd be great. Barbaric says that he had to take a break from the fan channels because the deluded fans were draining every ounce of sanity he had left. Yeah, I mean, when we're winning like that, it's definitely easy for people to get on the hype train. And especially after the last 2 years of just 2+ years of absolutely just dross football. Everybody got excited, and I can see it. I understand it. I kind of was one of them a little bit. But we got Scott here saying though that he thinks that we need a goal scoring window in January, especially if Son is going to stay in the middle. That's a good point. That's a really good point. Teams, it's way too easy for teams to know that our wingers don't offer much of a threat, and so they can all kind of, I don't want to say spend all their time on Sonny, but yeah, I mean that's a good point. We need another player that's dangerous, that's going to pull defenders around, so that it's not as congested, and that Sonny's got a better chance. So yeah, totally agree with you, Scott. Do you have any? I know that I'm asking you to do a lot of work here, but have you heard any names bandied about? Like, have you heard? I know that obviously we're looking at Yatta. But I haven't heard anything else really about wingers. But I also might just not have been paying attention. So Scott, if you've heard anybody, let me know. I'll also do a quick cursory Google here in a second. Mark says that Bayern are down 5-1 at Eintracht Frankfurt at halftime, so we don't miss them that much. LOL. Yeah, wow. Bayern losing 5-1 to Eintracht Frankfurt by itself is crazy. That's what he said. Let me look it up. Yes. Joshua Kimmich has scored the only goal for Bayern. It's the 68th minute now, and Eintracht Frankfurt has scored 5.
Oh, my Lord. But Eintracht are the ones – is that who Tapsoba plays for? And Jonathan Tah and players like that, and Jeremy Frimpong. I think it could be.
Their back line right now is some guys I've never heard of. Tuta, Tuta. Wait, is it? Yeah. And then Koch, Koch. Guys I've never heard of, to be honest.
I said they've got Mario Götze. I've heard of him.
They've got, and then Mario Götze, or however you pronounce it.
Okay, so it's not. It's Leverkusen I'm thinking of. Sorry, it's Leverkusen.
Oh, you're all good. I just can't believe that a Harry Kane.
Well, Eintracht Frankfurt, with this at the moment, the way things stand, Eintracht Frankfurt are in 7th place, so they are quite low down.
Yeah. I wonder what's wrong with Bayern today. Now, like I said, not that I care at all.
So Barbaric says that's why I had a small break from fan channels. These deluded fans were draining every ounce of sanity I had left. Barbaric, look, sometimes it's good to take a break, mate. I'm glad you've taken your break, and I'm glad that you've joined us today. Yeah, and hopefully you'll see how chilled we are, and you may join us in the future. As I said, we do dual stream, so yeah, it's good to have you here, Barbaric. Good to have you here. And then we've got, I think you read this. Scott Owen said we need a winger, scoring winger in January, especially by keeping Son in the middle. Audio has come in with, am I the only one that thinks Sarr and Basuma's role should be swapped, with Sarr being a central defensive midfielder and Biss being the box-to-box player? I feel like Sarr would do the basics without any flashy tricks. I like the look of Lo Celso in there. I've got to say, I do like the look of Lo Celso in there. He's technical and he's cultured and stuff like that. And yeah, the ball sticks to his feet like glue. And I do like him there. But Sarr, for me, Sarr is whatever knock he had, the phantom knock that he had. Sarr's coming back, and now that he's coming back, I don't know whether he'll start him tomorrow or whether he's going to give Bissouma that run out to see if Bissouma improves. But Sarr definitely added legs to us at the end of the game, towards the end of the game with West Ham. But yeah, again, the conundrum is that Andrew's got players to pick from in the front 6 positions.
What a nice conundrum to have, though.
But where we haven't got the pick of the players is currently at the back. Scott him saying Rafinha, but I don't believe it.
That's what I asked him if he. Okay. Yeah.
Chem62, hi Chem62, nice to see you again.
What's up?
Man United are huffing and puffing, but nothing in the box. Reguilon keeps running, but does not much with the ball, and don't think they will keep him. Chem62 is, I believe, who Mia and Ellie met at Tottenham.
Snap!
At Tottenham, not the West Ham game, the home game before that. I think they met up. So I think they met up with Chem62, and they said it was really nice to meet her. So big up to Chem62.
Very nice to have you here. Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, so yeah, Scott. Yeah, I did realise it was Leverkusen, mate. Who's news? I was looking at some players from Eintracht this week. Okay.
Who do you got? You got any good tips for us? Anybody we should be looking out at? I do see that this Eric Jr. Mbembe fella scored twice, so that's good. 31st and 50th minute, I'll take it.
And then you've got Scott M saying, I did the same thing for the same reason. Barbaric is agreeing with Barbaric, and then he's saying, but too addicted to YouTube, so couldn't stay away. Scott, it's a pleasure to have you here as well, sir.
100%.
Yeah, it's all good. We like everybody that comes in, and we like everybody's comments that people make. As we said, and we keep saying, and we'll continue to say, not everyone agrees. Not everyone's on the same page, with what they've got to say and that. But the one thing is that we all share is a common love for Tottenham Hotspur.
Exactly. And I honestly think having the differing opinions is what keeps it all fresh. I mean, if everyone was just coming in here and agreeing on everything all the time, that would get awfully old quick, So
I think what we need to do is we need to, Colin, and you need to announce that tonight you have a show.
So true. Yes, everybody. Tonight there is a show. It'll be immediately following. I'm not sure if everybody here subscribes to United Spurs of America, but you definitely should. And Jacob is having the guy who runs that channel. Jacob is having a big show to celebrate reaching 3,000 subscribers. And then after his show, we're coming for like an after party to Talk and Ball, and also to El Tel Cockerel. It'll be on there as well. And so guys, just come out there. It's slated to start around 7 p.m. my time, which would be 1 a.m. over in England.
So Jacob's going live at 11 o'clock English time.
Yep.
And the show will probably go on for about 2 hours or so, because I think he's having guests on and stuff like that to celebrate him reaching the 3,000 subs, as Colin said. And then immediately after, we'll probably be going on as well. So it will probably be about 1 a.m. that we'll go on our time. So please, if you're around, or you're up, or you've got nothing to do, or you can't sleep, or you're in the countries that are still awake at them hours, then please join in and you can have some fun.
Absolutely. There's going to be a small quiz, and there's also going to be at least one Keeper West Ham, but I'm trying to get some more Keeper West Hams drawn up for us too. So,
and we've also got Barbaric asking a question. I'll let you answer this, Colin, because you know.
Yeah, Chris is doing well. He's a busy man right now. Am I allowed to say what he's working on?
Yeah.
So he's currently taking like his coaching classes and trying to get certified and everything for that. So he's been a busy man with that type of thing, but he has made some time to come on to Jose and I's shows.
He was on our show yesterday, Barbaric.
He sure was. And so if you want to flip back and watch that one, he had a lot of insightful things to say, as he always does. But no, Chris is great, and we're always glad to have him. We're always glad to have him.
So Barbaric, he's doing his coaching badges for football. So he's going to be. I think it takes him with the practicals and theories he's got to do. I think it takes him all the way up until April. So he's not been streaming much on his channel, but he takes part in the predictions with us and stuff like that. So he comes on here. He comes and mods on my channel as well. And he actually came on and guested yesterday. He asked to come on and guested yesterday. He asked the day before because he got back from training in time, but we were wrapping up. So when I saw him appear yesterday, I invited him on and he came on and he was yesterday. So yeah, him and the family are well. It's all good. He's just busy trying to gain his badges.
But what a good dude. Very glad that you introduced us. Thank you for that.
And then you've got Chris Peters saying,
Chris,
good afternoon, gents.
What is up, Chris Peters?
It's Chris Chris, are you working today or are you out with your son as you usually do on a Saturday? But whatever it is that you're doing, Chris, I hope it's good and that you have a really good day, mate.
Yes, really good day. 100%. I think this is the day that him and his son go to the pub. So yeah, enjoy that, you guys. And Chris, we're doing a late night show tonight. I don't know if you heard, 1 a.m. your time. So if you can make it, if you're still up, please join in on that. It would be awesome. That would be.
And there you have audio artisan for you, mate.
I'll be there if Colin does the rap. LOL. The cat rap.
The cat rap. There you go.
Yes. I could definitely do the cat rap for sure. I'll do a live version of the cat rap. I won't even play the recorded one. I'll just play the beat and I'll re-rap it for you. So yeah, or I'll make up a Tottenham rap before the show. We'll think of this. We'll get it. It'll be fun.
And then you've got Barbaric saying, glad to hear it. I have a lot of time with Chris. I like I do for all the good eggs. Yep, good man, good man. Who's news coming in? Watched Barca last week. Rafinha looked very good down the right. Frankfurt have Aurelio Buta.
Gotcha. Yeah, and he's Buta. I looked and he's one of their defenders, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe. Yeah, he looks like he plays right back. So we could use a right back. That is a position where we could use a little bit of extra cover, if you ask me. So yeah, that's definitely good shouts. Nice job scouting for us. Who's News? We appreciate you. Who's News is saying that he loves Jacob's show. Don't we all? Don't we all love it? He's a good dude. Jacob brings the immaculate vibes. Makes sure everybody is good and happy and keeps everybody on a pretty even keel, which we as Spurs fans need sometimes. And we try to do that here too. You know, not get too excited about things, but not get too down either. Just keep kind of level-headed and, I think that's the way to be. But yeah, Who's News is saying that fellow is a right back / wing back. If he could play tradition like in a regular, I mean, it looks like he's playing in a back four today, so he must be fine. Yeah, that'd be great. I'm definitely not opposed to another right back. We would definitely have to get rid of one, probably. I would say that Romero, or not Romero. Why do I always call him Romero? Royale would probably need to leave in that, in that instance.
Right, so can I just ask Who's News, right? Who's News? You missed out on the predictions this week. And normally what we get people to do is we get people to put it in the comments at the end of the shows underneath the videos. Now, because you missed out this week, if you want, and it's only if you want, mate, you've missed out the first 5 games today, but there's a game on later, and then there's 4 games tomorrow. If you want to predict them 5 games, I'll put your predictions in for the 5 games if you want. So that's your call. And if you do want to do that, I will tell you what the fixtures are, and then you can just give me what you think, and I'll put them in for the predictions for you. Who's News? So your call. And the other thing is, Who's News? Looks like you'll be watching Jacob tonight, and if you watch Jacob, swing by and give Talking Ball a watch after.
Yes, absolutely. Please do that. And oh yeah, nice. Appreciate you, Who's News. You're a good dude.
So Who's News? If you wanted to play along, the first game for you, mate, that you can predict is Aston Villa Arsenal. If you don't want to play along, just let me know. I won't bother. But if you do, I can get you. You can get 5 predictions in, and we'll take it as half a week for you.
Yeah, man. And just get some of those scores right. You're in a good spot here. But yeah, so he's saying he'll have a look. I was just going to let everybody know that it should be a raid, as they call them. But Jacob, I believe, is going to redirect from his sub to ours,
which is a raid.
Which is a raid. So it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be wonderful. I can't wait. I'm excited for everybody to be there.
Right, he's got his first. And then we could go back to Kem again. Right, yeah. Everton, Chelsea. Right, Kem, this is a conversation that Colin had with me just as we were lining the shot about 10 minutes before we came on. So I've seen... Sorry, Colin, you tell him where you saw it as well.
Oh, so I mean, I saw it. Actually, another YouTuber, Sean Butler, who does Spurs Talk Show. He had. I didn't even honestly get a chance to watch the video, but I just saw that he had that in the headline, and I saw that, and I thought, wow, for that amount of money, it, for one, sounds too good to be true, but for two, I think I would take him for that. I don't know if that is an amount of money that Levy is prepared to pay. I also don't know if Juventus are that ready to let him go. I know that Adrian always says that Juve are really hurting for cash right now. And so if there's anything to that, then yeah, maybe we go and grab him. But at this point in his career and seeing, we all know how he was for Fiorentina. But do you think that going to Juve has shown that he doesn't quite have it? Or do you think that he still could turn it around, Jose?
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. Dusan Vlahovic.
Dusan Vlahovic is a good player. He's young. He's a good player. when we spoke about this, sorry, because I was just looking at my phone. When we spoke about this earlier, Kem62, and Colin said to me that he saw it on Spurs Talk Show on the thumbnail or whatever it was. I said to Colin, yeah, it's going around Twitter. Someone put this around Twitter, and a lot of people, a lot of aggregators have jumped on it and said Vlahovic. Vlahovic is, for me, he's a good player. Whether he suits the Juventus system or not, I don't know. Is he unsettled at Juventus? I don't know. But and the other thing we don't know is 1 minute we're getting told that we're skint, and all of a sudden we're being linked with an 80 million euro player. At the end of the day, I think, although, yes, it would be really nice to have someone like a Vlahovic at Tottenham, I still think we need to address other areas first before bringing the striker in.
Especially one for that amount of money. Yeah, for sure.
Well, to me, I'm addressing other areas before I look at the forward line. But, if he's available and Tottenham feel like the time to get him is now before to beat off other interests, then, go for it. Right, we've got Ben here. Good afternoon, Ben. I'll come to Ben because Ben made some comments about Vlahovic.
What is up, Ben Kaufman? Good to have you here, buddy. Good to have you here. Scott saying,
all right. So Scott M. Same for you, Scott. If you're here, Scott, if you want to do it, I will put your predictions in for the remaining 5 games. So like that, you can get a chance of getting points on the board for this week. And the first game you'd need to look at is Aston Villa Arsenal. If you give me a prediction for that, I'll put it in for you, mate, and then we'll start from there. And the second prediction, that Who's News has gone 1-1 Everton, so I'll get that for you as well.
Everton seems to have really been picking their form back up. I mean, I know it's just last weekend and tying the game up today, but still, yeah, that would be
3 years too late for Dusan. Dusan's only young.
He is, and I think his bad season or bad seasons at Juve might actually help us get him. You know what I mean? I think that might make him more attainable. But
and then Ben, like I said, good afternoon. Ben says Vlahovic wants 300k a week and Champions League football. End of discussion. And then he says that Juventus should get rid of Allegri, not Vlahovic. Allegri is a dinosaur. And then Vlahovic got subbed off last time I watched Juve, and he wasn't too happy about it. Who's News is now talking to Ben, which is nice to see. We like people to talk to each other.
Oh, yeah. Love the love.
And Audio Artisan's coming with thoughts on Kyle Walker-Peters coming back. Could cover right and left back. I think he's better than Royale and Davis.
I would be all for it. I don't know how he feels about it and what price tag we'd be looking at. But yeah, I think that Kyle Walker-Peters has shown that he is definitely a Premier League caliber player.
Who's News? Sorry, Fulham, West Ham, and Scott M. If you want to come in on it, Aston Villa, Arsenal. Okay, so yeah. Scott M's coming firing. He's giving me all 5.
Boom. Scott is the man. You're the man, Scott. But yeah, everybody in the chat too. I mean, Scott, Ben, what do you guys have to think about? Do you guys think anything is going to come of this Kyle Walker-Peters rumors? Do you think that he's coming back? Would you have him back? And would he himself like to come back since he was kind of pushed out the door? Just some questions floating around in my head whenever I see Audio Artisan's question here. But yeah, I definitely think that he's a good enough player to cover for sure. It's just a matter of will he come back and what the price would be. So yeah. Ben Kaufman says he's going out. Be safe, my man. Be safe and have a great time. But yeah, so here's Audio Artisan's question, and I just wanted to just hit this again. I think that Kyle Walker-Peters coming back would be great. The more I think about it, the better idea I think it is. He's shown that he's able to take players on the outside. His defending has gotten better. I don't know. I know that part of the deal used to be like his size, and people were worried about that. But he seems to be pretty strong, pretty sturdy. People like him with low centers of gravity tend to be harder to knock over. I don't know. What do you think about Kyle Walker-Peters?
Sorry, it's me. I was just reading Ben's comment.
My bad.
What do I think of Walker-Peters? Walker-Peters is a decent player. He is 2-footed. He can play with both feet. He was extremely underrated at Tottenham, I'd say. But then he had the option. The option was, do you go out and you more or less guarantee first team football, or do you stay at Tottenham and have to battle all these people that are ahead of you? And the people that were all ahead of him all left, one after another left. And maybe, in hindsight, it's a brilliant thing. But with hindsight, he could have stayed and still been at the club and got his opportunity. He didn't think he was going to get that, and that's why he left. But yeah, he's a decent enough footballer. You know, I'm not going to knock him. He's a decent enough footballer. So you Ben. I saw Ben put Ben put something in one of the chats which I saw this, where he said it was like a rinse and repeat about Lautaro Martinez. So he said that Lautaro, and he knew that he was staying here because he knew people that knew him. And then further down, he's also said, and Lautaro owns a restaurant in the most expensive area of Milan, which is very nice, by the way. And there are very strict rules on businesses owned by people from overseas in the city of Milan. So Who's News has come in with his next prediction, which is Fulham West Ham, and he's gone, where did he go? 1-2, yeah. No. And then you've got Barbaric Disdain also coming in saying, I'm 57, even I'm better than Royal and Davis.
Yeah, I see, and it's weird because both of them can play. I don't know. I would say solid, like 7 out of 10 performances at times, but that's like their ceiling. I feel like, whereas some players, they'll get a 10 out of 10 occasionally, or they're more of an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 player. I think both of those guys at their best, on their best day, are 7 out of 10 only, which, for a while or for some teams or is good enough as backup. But if we really want to go plunging for things, we definitely need to improve on those two positions for sure. But as you rightfully pointed out, they're not the ones that need attention first. We've got a lot of work to do. We've got a lot of work to do as a team in this rebuilding process. And, getting in the players that Postecoglou wants. And that's why I'm praying that he gets more than just a season. I really hope that he sees out his contract with us. He doesn't really seem like that type of guy, but I hope he stays for a couple of years. He's got an actual project to do here, and I want him to see it through. I think he could do it.
Yeah. So you've got Ben's coming and saying, in regards to Walker Peters, I think we could get better, but I think he's more suited to the system than Emerson. Yeah, I don't disagree, Ben. All I was trying to say was that at the time that he was at the club, he could play both left and right back, and he was 2-footed. He was quite a decent footballer, but he felt the need to leave to get first team football, and the best way for him to do that was to leave because he felt that he was way down the pecking order and he weren't getting the chances at Tottenham. But with hindsight, the players that were in front of him all seemed to leave the club quite quickly after that, which then meant he would have probably got his chance instead of already moving to Southampton like he did. But that's what I was stating. But yeah, other than that, I agree. I agree with what he's saying, and you're saying now that we shouldn't have let him go. Yeah. I agree. There are some quality footballers out there.
Wasn't Kyle Walker-Peters part of a swap deal or something?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was a swap deal. It was the same time that we bought Højbjerg. Yeah. Okay. But when Walker-Peters was at the club, we had Trippier. Carl Walker was at the club as well because it was quite weird because we had Carl Walker and Carl Walker-Peters. So right. Trippier was there and
Aurier, probably.
I don't know if Serge Aurier was there as well.
Yeah,
and then whoever we had playing at left back, Rose, but then he sometimes he'd cover for Rose and whoever came in after Rose. And I just remember we had loads of fullbacks playing right and left, and Walker-Peters would play a game here and a play there, whether it be right or left, he'd play a game here and play a game there. But as I said, he ended up leaving where we may have got an opportunity.
Swap for Højbjerg, says Ben. I knew it was something like that, where like the costs kind of offset each other, or something to that nature. So yeah.
Who's news? Luton, Man City, and Spurs, Newcastle, and then I've got you in, mate.
Boom. And Who's News says here that instead of Vlahovic, Milos Lukovic, never heard of him, is a guy who's going to move to a big club in the window. Let me Google him right now. Milos Lukovic. Serbian. I do enjoy Serbian footballers. He's a youngin too. He's only 18. That could be somebody that we could have for. Hey, Julie Sievers. To everybody watching that doesn't know, that is my mom. One of the biggest Spurs supporters I know.
Julie Sievers, who is co-hosting tonight.
I told her about it, and she's down. She
is co-hosting tonight. Big show. Great to have Julie on. So at the moment, I think you've got Julie and Ellie. So there's the two ladies for your team for tonight. And then you've got you and Leo from Mile High. Correct?
Boop. Yep.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the show for tonight. And if I decide to stay up to a demonic hour, then I will be there. If not, then I'll just catch it in the morning. But yeah, please, tonight, 1:00 a.m. my time, and it's 7:00.
Yep, 7:00 my time, 7:00 Central, 8:00 Eastern. There's so many time zones here in the U.S., but yes, 7 my time, 8 for Julie, my mom. She's saying, "Don't build me up too much." No, stop it. You're awesome. We'll build you up as much as we want.
Yeah, you are well respected in the community, and yeah, there's a lot of people that are trying to gear up to bring you onto their shows, Julie. So no pressure, darling.
No pressure.
And then it's 2-3 Newcastle, 2 Spurs, 3-2. So I guess the other way around.
Cool. Whoa, we got one of my favorite Chris's in the chat. It's Mr. Agambar. What is up, Chris? Agambar.
Hi, Chris.
Long time no see. And he also says, "Hi, Colin's mom." Nice. Thank you for that, Chris. You're a good man. Everybody show my mom some love. She's awesome. She raised this awesome Spurs supporter. So, Audio Artisan had a question for you.
I saw.
Yeah.
I saw, and I don't know where he went.
No, I don't either. I remember being excited about him though. For this moment.
Don't know where he went. I'll have a look. I don't know. I honestly could not tell you where he went. Obviously, we've let him go.
Yeah, right.
Christian Ceballos, Spanish footballer, is 31 years old.
Playing for the Azerbaijan Premier League.
Sabah FK. FK.
Interesting. Azerbaijan, hey. Well, that's really cool. It's a shame though that it didn't work out for him here at the club, because I really thought that he was going to do it. He was an exciting player to watch, for sure. Guys, but yeah.
Let's see what it says here.
Right. One second. I'm going to go lock my cat in the other room.
Okay, yes, no problems. Right, so what? Cool, he's played in a fair few leagues. So just to give you information back, Audio, he's played, I don't know in what order, right? But he's played 181 games, I think, in total. And he's 31 now, yeah? He's played 181 games, and he's got 36 goals and 31 assists. He's picked up 30 yellow cards, with one of them yellows converted into a red, and he's picked up 4 reds throughout his career. Oh, here we go. Stats by club. So Tottenham, he didn't get a chance. He played for Qatar SC. I couldn't tell you when, but he played for them. He's played 3 games, got 1 goal. He played for Charlton. He's played 7 games for them, didn't get a goal. He played for Arusa, which I think might be a South American team. He's played 24 times, scored 2 goals. He's played for Al Wakra, where he played 29 times and got 5 goals. He's currently playing for Sabah FK, where he's got 31 games and 6 goals. He played for Sint-Truiden in Belgium, 59 games and 9 goals.
He not exactly a great goal scoring record anywhere that he's been.
Nah, so I'd say the most prolific he's been. God,
Didn't he come? He came from us from like Barca or something, though, right?
Yeah, he's not been prolific at all. To be looking at his even at Saba, he's not prolific either. So Saba, he's probably got his most goals for Saba, isn't he? Yeah, he's played 29 times in the league, scoring 5 goals. And in Qatar, he played for 2 clubs, for Al Wakra and Qatar SC. He played a total of 28 games combined for them both and scored 4 goals.
Yikes!
So he's not really done much at all.
Yeah, no,
And
no. Not too sad about letting him go. Never mind, I take that.
But at Tottenham, for the under-21s, he played 28 times and scored 13 goals. And he had 7 assists. And that's probably what your memory is audio from him. And therefore, yeah, he wasn't kept on at Tottenham. He's gone elsewhere.
He got some preseason matches, if I remember correctly, one season, and he looked to be decent. I almost want to say I think it was ABB days. I could be wrong there. Good old Andre Villas-Boas. That's a manager that is hardly even remembered. Yeah, good old Andre. I think it's still United 0, Bournemouth 1.
Yeah, all the games are still the same. So it's Brighton 0, Burnley 1, 68 gone. Man United 0, Bournemouth 1, 65 gone. Sheffield United 1, Brentford 0, 65 gone. Wolves 1, Forest 1, 62 gone.
Hey, can't beat it.
According to the BBC website.
I just really, really, really want United to lose. They're creeping back up the table. They're level on points with us. We need.
Well, I had Bournemouth down for an away win, so I'm just hoping they do lose.
Hey, nice double win for you today. Then, yeah, I think that they should win. Just judging by this match stats so far, United have had twice as many shots and almost twice as many shots on target, but still.
Yeah, but Tottenham get a million shots on target, and that. But yet we score, we score first, and we lose 2-1. Exactly. So come on, stats don't mean nothing.
I'm excited to see Aston Villa hopefully turn Arsenal over today. That would be lovely. Everybody's saying hey to each other in the chat, though. Lots of love from my mom. I appreciate that, everyone. Y'all are good people. And then my mom says that ABB was a looker. Yeah, I heard plenty of ladies saying that. They liked his hair. I'm jealous of his hair. He had quite a bit of hair. Jealous. But yeah, he left to go like race cars. So didn't he do like some rally car racing thing? I think he did let me look it up. But I think Andre Villas-Boas went to like that. There's like some big there was a big old race. I forget what it's called. Is it in the Dakar rally?
Dakar rally?
Yeah. Yep. That's awesome. Must be fun. Can you imagine? Like everybody was saying, you make so much money being a football coach these days, and yeah, even after a couple of bad spells like he had at Chelsea and then at Spurs, he still probably had all the money in the world to go do whatever he wanted. That's why when everyone was like, "Oh, Poch had to take the Chelsea job. He needed a job." I'm like, "Did he though? Like he's sitting on plenty of money." Scott's comments are cool. Let's go to Scott's real quick. So you got him right here. He says this United game is going to be 1-1 sooner than later. Bournemouth barely hanging on, and then he says, "LOL, never mind 2-0 now for Bournemouth."
If that's the case, that is the score that I predicted. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I've gone for 2-1. I went for 2-1.
Oh, well, that could still happen.
Sorry.
That could still happen.
I've gone for 2-1. I thought I had 2-0. I haven't. I've got 2-1.
It's still saying 1-0. They must be looking at it as a possible
offside. The goal's just come up. Philip Billing. The goal's just come up for me on BBC.
Nice. Billings. Why don't I know that name? Is he a defender?
Philip Billing. He's like about 6'4", tall guy. Plays in the half.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Now that I see him, I recognize him straight away. Nice. Well, it's quite a big profile for a midfielder too. By the way, he's not a small dude like you were saying. We'll go Bournemouth. Yes. Julie says United need to lose. Agreed, big time. And then Scott saying he's the mofo that does the long
The long
throwing.
throws.
Yeah, we need a player on our team that can do that. I mean, that's such an effective strategy whenever things aren't working out for you to just launch a throw it into the box.
We've got 9 people in the house at the moment, or maybe more, because we're dual screening. I don't know whether it's giving you the numbers for one channel or both.
I can't ever tell either. Yeah, but big up everybody. Thanks for being here.
But regardless of that, a question I've got for everyone, right, in the chat is: there's been a lot of your mum's put in a comment first of all, and then I say it. What's your mum saying down the bottom? Give me a look. There we go. Show it. Spurs need a tree. Now that we've lost VDV, we have no height in the squad.
It's true.
Right. The question I want to ask the people that are still with us at the moment is: there's been a lot of talk about Ten Hag. I mean, I know that we're not United supporters, but there has been a lot of talk about Ten Hag, one way or another, about his coaching methods, about where he's taken the club, about that he's lost half the dressing room's been lost. You know, all sorts of things are going on. But what do people think will happen if they lose today 2-0? Especially that you've got that chap, can't even remember his name, the multi-billionaire, whatever, who's buying into the club, 25% into the club and that, and he's going to want to do his own things. What do people think will happen if Ten Hag does lose this game today? Do people think that Man United still give him more further opportunities? You know, what do people think? Or do people think that Man United may start looking at this and they want to act? Because they've got Sir Jim Ratcliffe, that's it. Sir Jim Ratcliffe's group, is it Ineos or whatever? They're taking a 25% stake, which I think is due to be announced. I think it's next week. And Jim Ratcliffe has been known, has already been touted as saying that he wants to change stuff at Man U with the people that work in the backroom staff and stuff like that. And he started to make changes already. People have started leaving the club. But what's he going to make of all this if they lose today? What do people think?
It's a great question. I honestly don't know what other managers are on the market right now, like big name guys that are available. And that's same with my mom saying here, United don't have better options, do they? And then Barbaric Disdain though comes in saying that they've made contact with Ancelotti, Carlo, good old
Carlo
Carlo.
Ancelotti. Yeah, he's a manager at Real Madrid at the moment who I think is leaving Man United. Man United's leaving Real Madrid at the end. I think his contract's up at the end of this season. But there was rumours that Ancelotti was going to be offered the Brazil role.
Oh, interesting.
There were rumours that he was going to be offered the Brazil role, and
that'd be a hard one to turn down, I think, for almost anybody, just because of how, historically good Brazil is. Obviously, there'd be a lot of pressure on you as a manager, but it's not like the manager of Real Madrid doesn't know about pressure. So
yeah. And then you've got Scott M's commented a couple of times as well.
Yeah, says,
I think he'll be fine as he's doing what the club wants, not what he wants. So I think that will buy him time. Okay.
Yeah, and he also says, and then as you say, he thinks they'll wait until Radcliffe takes more control before making that big of a change. You're probably right.
I think what I was trying to get to, Scott, or trying to understand what people's thoughts were, is that he's already started making changes already before he's even come to the club. 3-0, Scott M says.
Wow, Jesus.
Okay, so I'm not going to get my correct prediction, but I'm going to get an away win if that's the case.
Yeah, and you're one of the only ones too, so that's awesome.
I had Bournemouth to win 2-1 away. Hold on, no. Beer Talk went for 2-0 to Bournemouth away.
Mom's having a hard time believing this score.
Ben went for 3-2 away.
Oh man.
Mile High Hotspur went for 3-1 away.
No, Scott, we love it. The spoilers are good because we're trying to keep up with it ourselves, but we're just
it's good. Yeah, it's good that we're getting the news coming in.
Thank you.
It's good because we're looking at what we've predicted and stuff like that, which is good. No, you keep it coming, Scott. No worries whatsoever, mate.
Thanks, Scotty.
But yeah, so what I was saying is Ratcliffe's already started making changes. There's people that have already started leaving the club. Ratcliffe has come and said, and I don't know how this works out, but he's already said of certain players that he wants to bring into the club. So I'm just like, if all these decisions are being made already, then, I mean, normally the manager would have a hand on who he wants to bring in, but Yeah, 1-1 Burnley, Brighton Burnley. That's good for me because I've gone for a Brighton win. Um,
I think I went for a draw on that match. So
yeah, so to me, it's kind of weird. Now that it's Scott, do you change your opinion now? Now that it's 3-0, it's a home game. It's now 3-0 with everything that's been going on. Does that change your opinion on what you think? So, and then you've got Who's News. Yeah, look, Who's News.
sorry.
So Who's News has came up with a new idea: a 2-8-0, 2 wingers and 8 midfielders.
We could probably pull that off. Tomorrow. Not a bad idea. We'll have to phone up Postecoglou, get him that info. But yeah, Scott also let us know that Brighton and Burnley are now tied at 1-1. Thank you, Scott. And then Who's News? There's a player that Who's News was talking about at Bologna that he likes, Thiago Motta.
Yeah, Thiago Motta. Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Is Thiago Motta a manager now, not a footballer? Thiago Motta used to be a footballer. He was Brazilian, but played for Italy, I think. He's Brazilian.
Yeah, he's a manager. That's what he was talking about. Okay, because we were asking about managers for United. Thiago Motta's the guy. So, professional manager, former player. He's currently the head coach of Bologna. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So he's saying that
he's the manager. He's saying he's the manager. Yeah,
could be a good choice for United.
So you wanted to know who you predicted for Brighton? Yeah, you predicted 2-0 to Brighton.
Oh well, there goes your perfect score. But you could still get a point.
And you've predicted 2-1 Man United, and you've predicted 2-0 to Brentford, and you've predicted 2-1 to Wolves.
Yep.
And at the moment, I've got Brentford. I've got Sheffield United winning, but I need another goal from them to get a correct prediction to go with my correct prediction from Crystal Palace Liverpool. I've still got a chance of getting a correct prediction at Brighton.
Yeah, you do.
I haven't got a chance to get a correct prediction Man United Bournemouth for that because I had Bournemouth to win 2-1. And I've still got a chance of getting Wolves Forest, but not the correct prediction.
So anyway. you might be back at the top of the table after this week.
No, because you got Chris Peters. I think from the first game, I can only base it on the first game. On the first game, you have Dry Roasted Peanut, Ellie, Chris Peters, and myself all got the correct score 2-1.
Nice.
But then 19 people predicted a Liverpool win, so they all score a point. And the only people that didn't were Brian Daigle and Adrian Stroker went for a Desmond in the first game. And Dave the Irish Hotspur didn't get his in time, so his first game didn't count. So everybody apart from 2 people who had a prediction scored points. So yeah, it's going to be a tight one. It's like, as I said, it's going to be tight, and people will pick up points. So the other thing I would say, if we're allowed to say it now, apart from the show that you have going on tonight, is that we may have some more news for people in the early part of next week to give people about Talk and Ball.
Absolutely. I was just checking my phone about that. Yeah.
Well, no, I've not sent you. I've been non-stop on the phone, so I will catch up with you after the show and let you know everything. But I've been non-stop, and yeah, we may have some interesting news for you during the week, which I hope to announce as soon as I know myself.
Everybody, we're keeping cryptic, but be on the lookout, guys, for some possibly unique content on the channel. Yes. And for everybody watching, there's still 7 people in the house. If by chance any of you 7 weren't part of who was in here earlier when we announced it, Talking Ball and El Tel Cockroach, there'll be another stream tonight. 7 p.m. my time here, Central Time in the U.S., 1 a.m. Over in England. And we're doing kind of an after party to Jacob's party on United Spurs of America today. So immediately following that, we'll be having our stream over here, and there'll be a quiz. There's going to be some Keeper West Hams, and then we're going to, of course, preview the match tomorrow. So it should be a lot of fun. Everybody, please join in if you can. Set a reminder if you need to. But you know what? If you just hit that little bell icon, that'll take care of everything. So it'll let you know right when we come on. So guys, please smash that if you haven't. And then he says, just to clarify, the 2-8 Zero formation. Zero models concept. Okay. So I haven't got to watch that in practice yet. I wonder how much of that's tongue in cheek. Does he actually do that? Who's News? There's no way. But we'll have to wait and see. It maybe just due to like who he had available, probably. But
he was decent. He was a decent player.
Oh, okay. It got him sacked from his previous club. I'm with you now. Finally,
he was a decent. He was a decent player in his time. Played central midfield.
Those are the players that usually become coaches.
He played a six. He played more like the sixth role, if I remember rightly. But he was a very good player. And yeah, he definitely was Brazilian. And I remember he went to Italy at a young age, and he was Brazilian, but he obviously didn't get the call-ups for Brazil, and ended up naturalising himself Italian, I think, and then ended up playing for Italy. I think I'm looking up
his international career. So yeah, he made his debut for Brazil in the under-23 team, but then he first call up for Italy. You're right. He did. How
many times did he play for Italy, Carl?
It's not telling me here. Oh, here it is. 1 second. For his Italy appearances, 13, 18, 23, 30 caps total for Italy between 2011 and 2016.
Okay. But he's a good player. Yeah, Scott Ebbs saying 30 as well. He was a good player. I remember him being a good player. So, you know.
Yeah, I don't want him to come manage us because I want Big Ange to stay for as long as possible. But that is a good option. Maybe somebody that could go.
I'm loving Big Ange instead.
Look who we got. We got Leo from Mile High Hotspur. Be seeing you tonight, Leo. 7 p.m. my time, which would make it something totally different your time, Leo. But we'll get that. We got all kinds of love being shown in the house. God, I can't get enough of it. Guys. So kind of everybody saying hey to Leo. Let me check the scores again and see if anything's changed.
So Leo, right, let me say, Leo's got 1-3. So if Man United were to score a goal, Leo would get the correct prediction for Man United Bournemouth. He went 1-3.
Well, they've got 6 minutes to do it. Well, plus stoppage time.
Like I said, there's only 4 of us that went for an away victory, and that was me. Who else went for an away victory? Beer Talk went for an away victory. Leo away victory, and Ben away victory. So 4 of us have gone for the away win, but the only person who can come close to the score now is Mile High, Leo, because he had 1-3. Although saying that, Ben has still got a chance because Ben went for 2-3, but Man United have to score 2 goals.
Could happen. We all saw Liverpool get those late goals today.
Beer Talk was on a 0-2, but that's now 0-3, and I'm on 1-2. So Bournemouth will get me. Well, I've got the win that way anyway. So
there you go. Exactly.
It's still not too late for me to get Sheffield United. I can still get the Brighton correct prediction, Sheffield United correct prediction. I can't get the Wolves one now. So United was always going to love this game. Leo, you just come in, mate. Well, and I've just turned around and I've asked the question of the people in the chat. So I'll ask you because you just joined us. And my question was, with everything that's going on at the club at Manchester United with Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the Ineos group taking over and already making changes where people have left the club and already announced that they're going to buy this player, that player, and a whole load of things that are going on. It's due to be announced that they're buying the club next week. And with all the problems that are going on with Manchester United with the results, the poor form in Europe, and players saying that they've lost the dressing room and that, when they were 2-0 down, I asked them to chat, what do people think will happen to Ten Hag? Will there be more pressure on him? And as soon as I asked that question, what happened? They went 3-0 down. So what's your thoughts, Leo? What do you think will happen to Ten Hag? Do you think they're going to do anything? Or, you know?
It's a good question. And then, so I kind of, to piggyback on that and add to it a little bit, Audio Artisan asks here, do you think that Man United could splash the cash for Zidane?
For who? For his son.
Right. Enzo or whatever his name is.
Yeah, his son plays for Real Madrid. So what are you saying? They're going to buy his son?
I think you know what he means.
Oh, what do you mean as a manager?
Zinedine Zidane, the old man Zidane.
Okay, so Zinedine Zidane as a manager for listen, I'm not too sure how good of a manager Zidane can be or is. And the reason why I say that, and I don't want to be unkind to the man, but he managed Real Madrid to a Champions League triumph or whatever. But if I managed Real Madrid with the players that they had at his disposal, if I didn't win a Champions League, I'd be shot. So anyone, because he had all the players, didn't he? He had Benzema up front. He's had Modric, Kroos, Casemiro. He had these players when they were playing saucy football. So yeah, if I was manager of the team or the squad that Zidane had, if I didn't do something with them, then I'd be shot. So
it's a good point. It's a very good point. But I mean, if United want to splash the cash and go for him, I say go for it because, yeah, like you said, it'll be the same issue that he had to a lot of egos to manage. Mile High Leo says that if they do sack him, he can't see anyone wanting to take the job, so they'll probably stick with him for a while more. I agree with that. It's also, the market for managers, like we were saying earlier, Leo, this might have been before you got here too, just it's not a huge open market right now. Most managers are tied up, or at least people that have gotten like a semi big name are all, it seems to be tied up right now. Did the chap from where did the guy from Bayern end up going?
He's manager of Germany now.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Well, he's got himself a job.
He's manager of Germany now. The guy that we were looking at.
Yeah, the young dude, like the 33-year-old.
I think he's gone to Germany because Germany hosts the Euro Championships next spring summer, and gotcha. I think that they've now secured him there at Germany.
That was weird because there's some kind of supposedly he didn't really have like the respect of the dressing room. There's definitely going to be some players within that German squad that are like close in age to him. I wonder if he's going to still have that same problem of not having the respect from the team, or if it being a national team, maybe it's all a little different. I don't really know, but and didn't he also like allegedly like sleep with a reporter or something bad? There was something that he did at Bayern that wasn't good, that kind of helped him out the door, but I can't remember exactly what that was. Rumors, all rumors, of course. Allegedly is what I wanted to add in there.
You got the allegedly part in there.
Yes, exactly. Just for safety's sake. Leo saying that United, like we were saying, isn't the giant they used to be. Times change, my homies. Every dog has his day. Leo, we were pointing out, or I was earlier, that their drop from giant status seems to have coincided with Sir Alex Ferguson leaving. Do you think Sir Alex just left at the right time and he could see all this was going on, or do you think that his departure has added to it? So yeah, that's my question to you, my man. And Julie, mom saying that maybe United and Chelsea should swap managers. They could. I honestly don't think that things would be any better for either of them. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't see, like, one thing that Scott said, he pointed out that Ten Hag pointed out to the press and to anybody who would listen, really, that he's not playing his style. He's playing the style that United would like him to play. Do you think after this, maybe they say, you know what? Never mind, man. Play the way you think it needs to be done. I wonder if he gets more license to kind of do his own thing after this, since it's not been working up until now. Do you think that's a possibility?
Was Spill the Tea Colin?
I think she's talking about what I was saying about him. The why can't I even remember the fellow's name? The young German guy that was the coach of Bayern. Supposedly was like sleeping with one of the reporters, and so a lot of information from the team would like leak out through her. But again, I don't have any idea if that's true. So just throwing that out there. But Kim says that Ten Hag's dead man walking lost the dressing room. Yeah, for sure. I would agree with that. I would fully agree with that.
Ken, sorry, you might have left as I was talking earlier. We were saying a big up to you because you were the person that that Nagelsmann. That's it. It's Nagelsmann.
Thanks, Chris.
You were the person, Ken, that Mia and Ellie met up with I think at the Villa game. And they spoke really highly of you and said it's so really nice to meet you. So I was saying this earlier. So if it is you and I'm thinking of the right person, just let me know. But big up to you again, Ken.
Very nice to have you with us here. Very nice. Barbaric has an answer to my question. Love it. It says it was a very different era when Sir Alex was manager. Players nowadays have too much power. It's so difficult to manage in the modern era. That's a really good point. We've seen it at Spurs where players have, for all intents and purposes, gotten managers sacked. So yeah, very, very good point, Barbaric. I agree with you there 100%. I don't know. Hopefully that's changing. I mean, I don't feel like we have a team right now where the players have more power than the manager. I think a certain Harold Kane might have at times. But do you agree with that, Jose, or do you think? I don't know.
The players have more power.
I think Harry Kane had more power than managers.
Well, I don't know about Harry Kane, but I will say I don't think one player has more power. But as a collective, when you look at it, and I mean, right, when you look at it, if you're the manager, right, and you've been given a fair crack at it, right, and you're the manager, and with you bring the players that you want in, or the club bring players in, and the club spends an amount of money to try and make you successful, and then you agree to take a role on where you are going to manage or captain that ship, let's say, and you're going to manage all the parts, the moving parts within that. So the coaching team, the players, and all that, and you agree to do that, then the responsibility then is on you. And if players don't perform, as a manager, you get a choice of dropping the said players and rotating and picking other players that will do what you need them to do. So ultimately, the buck really stops with the manager. So at the end of the day, yeah, the way that players have got power is that players can vote with their feet by not playing for you, but then you can bring other players in. And then if it doesn't work, then ultimately you're going to get the rap for it. Because they're not going to sell 11 players that are not doing it, are they? They'd just rather get rid of one manager than sell 11 players that ain't doing it. So, yeah, it's a difficult one. But, yeah, it's more so prevalent now than what it used to be. But then when it used to be, managers had the balls back then to drop players and to bring players in that were going to do a job. So where now you don't get many managers that chop and change. Someone who has got the balls, I'd say, is probably someone like Ten Hag, because he stuck his neck out with Jadon Sancho. He has stuck his neck out with Harry Maguire. He stuck his neck out with McTominay. 4-0. Man United are down 4-0. He's gone. He's got to be gone, Colin.
Yeah. It's 4-0. 4-0? Jesus. Yeah, Kim and Barbaric letting us know that. Oh, my God. Their heads all must have hung after that second goal, because these last two just come out of nowhere, it seems like.
And it is. And sorry, she's just confirmed. Yeah, so where's my mouse gone?
Did you lose your mouse?
I'm trying to find it. Where's it gone?
Oh, Leo's got a funny one in here.
Here we go, the mouse.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it was Kem's come back with, yes, it was me who met up with Mia and Ellie. I'm a season ticket holder in Southside. Yeah, Kem, they were saying it was really good to meet you. They were both telling me how lovely, she's such a lovely person. They were both telling me separately. So, yeah, it was really nice that they met you and that someone, I think Mia said to me that it was really weird to meet someone who you've only ever seen in your chat, and then all of a sudden you get to meet them at the stadium. So, but she was over the moon, Mia, to meet you, and so was Ellie, and they spoke very highly of you, which is good.
Kim, it's awesome that we get to have you here. Thanks for joining us today, and hopefully we'll get to meet up in person someday. That would be awesome.
Sorry, I was throwing on from what Barbaric said. He said spot on Barbaric, and then the shit's been sinking since he left, which I think Colin was kind of covering earlier. That was a quick switch, man.
4-0 home defeat, though. It's hard to is hard to hide from. You know what I mean? Embarrassing for sure. Yeah.
And Judy says embarrassing. And yeah, I knew this already, but after this defeat, they have the easy fixture of going up against Liverpool at Anfield next week.
Watch him beat.
No. Do you know who got a yellow card today?
Who?
Ratface. So Ratface now misses that match. So your captain of your club, who's an absolute rat of a player, is horrible kid. And he is now got a yellow card, so he will not be playing against Liverpool. And then Steve D. Good afternoon, Steve D. Good to
What's
have
up,
you, sir.
Steve? Big
Hi,
up,
guys.
Steve.
Eric 10 IQ getting a sack is the last thing. I want will undoubtedly get a new manager bounce if they change.
I like that name that you gave him, though, Eric. 10 IQ.
3-0 has been disallowed.
Oh, well, maybe he'll keep his job another day then.
And look, right, okay, thanks, Ken. Right, look.
Oh, Christ.
That's brilliant.
Going in hard on the guy here, but I love it too.
Yellow card because his teeth are offside. That's why I keep calling him Ratface.
he is not an attractive dude. Let's just say that about him. And then I want to say
he enjoyed meeting Adrian. Yeah, Adrian told me that he met you, Chris. But he met you a few games ago, Chris, if I remember. It was a game last month, I think, when he met you.
But that's awesome. Adrian's a good dude. I'd love to meet Adrian in real life. I can only hope he was wearing the robe, even though I know he wasn't.
Chris, I don't know how tall you are, but Adrian, I've seen Adrian up against people being filmed at the stadium, and he looks quite a short chap. So, but we like Adrian. Adrian's a good lad. He's a good supporter of this channel. Comes on, gives us good histories and stuff like that. So yeah, he's a good man.
Love him. Love Adrian. And then that's we're pretty much caught up. I do think though that, well, first of all, I want to get back to Ratface. We were all talking about him. Remember how bad we wanted him?
El Raton.
El Raton. Do you think that we would still be thinking the same of him had he signed for us instead of United? I mean, it's pretty easy to forgive players for being annoying and bitchy and crybabies when they're on your own team.
Look at that. Sorry, Leo. So I'm looking at the results. Sheffield United have beaten Brentford by 1-0, and I'm just updating the scores. I had 2-0. Adrian Stroker had 2-1. So we both get a point each.
Nice.
Right, but hold on, this is getting mad. This is one minute. Hold on.
Adrian is a legend.
You've got Beer Talk. Correct result, 1-0. You've got Ben Kaufman, correct result at 1-0. And Leo Hotspur, correct result at 1-0.
Nice
so
job.
Leo picked up a big 3 along with Ben. Ben Kaufman, who tried to get a 0 in this game, and I said to him, it's difficult to do that. Ben Kaufman has just picked up a 3.
There goes your goal, Ben. Sorry about that.
All fast and furious. The games are all coming in. So Brighton have drawn 1-1 with Burnley. Did we have any 1-1 draws? We've got Daigle with a 2-2 because he didn't give me, so he gets a point.
Yeah. Oh my God! Look at this.
Ben has got a draw, so he's got it.
Nice job, Ben. Scott said 4-0. I expect that from an Ange managed team, not Ten Hag. Let's just say Scott is not on the Ange train. At least not fully. He's maybe got a foot up on there. He's hanging on by one arm on the back of the Ange train, but we'll get him on there. And then Barbaric says that El Raton's attitude stinks, and glad that we didn't get him.
El Raton.
Jose agrees with you there, I'm sure. Jules saying that when an asshole is our asshole, we look at things differently. Jose and Conte, for example. Back to asshole for Conte, Julie says. I love that.
Right, so the first 4 games I've done, right? The first 4 games predictions are putting in. Ben has got 1 correct prediction and 3 correct scores going the correct way.
6 points, baby.
4. So therefore, Ben is doing wicked. So Ben, if you're hearing this, because I know you were going out, if you're hearing this, You're flying, mate. You're flying. For a person who wanted to get 0, you're flying. Nottingham Forest ended up being a draw, didn't it?
Was it a 1-1?
I think so. I'm just going to have to go back and look. Yes, Wolves Forest was 1-0. Did anyone get the draw? Right, Desmond again. So Brian Daigle scored another point for getting a draw. Josh and Adrian get a point for a draw. 1-0. Lee Smithy Smith.
Yeah,
3 points.
Lee. Nice job, brother.
1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Okay, we've got another Desmond from Haz, so he gets a point for that one as well.
Nice job, Has.
And that's it. That's it. So all the results are plugged in so far.
Chris was pointing out that he got the Liverpool score correct. So
yeah, Chris did.
Nice
I said
job,
that already. So,
nice
yeah,
job.
sorry, Chris. So right, so Chris, for the first game for Liverpool, there were 4 correct predictions, and that was me, Dry Roasted, Ellie, and yourself. 19 people correctly predicted Liverpool would win on top of that, and 2 people had the draw. So 2 people missed out, but everyone else scored 1 to 3 points. So at the moment, on current scores, after half the games, 5 games, I've got 5 points. I've got 1 correct and 2 the right way. Colin, you've got 1. Chris Meta Football's got 1. Totspurs has got 1. Bobby K has 1. Dry Roasted has 3. Daigle has 2. Josh, 2. Adrian Shoker, 2. Beer Talk has 5. Ellie has 3. Kate has 1. Julie has 1. Jim has 1. Nita has 1. Chris Peters has got 3. Smithy Smith's got 4. Wayne Bonner's got 1. Ben's got 6.
Woo!
Danny has 1. Has 2. Leo has 5.
Nice job, Leo.
Jacob has 1. Ash P has 1. And Jamie has 1.
Everybody's getting on the board. You know, it's not. I mean, it is kind of a race, but there's plenty of race time left, I guess I should say. But Daniel E is saying that he had a shocker today, and Julie, my mom, saying me too. Daniel,
is Danny here?
Yep, Dan E is in the house.
Oh, big up, Dan. Big up, Dan. Sorry, I didn't see you come in. Nice to see you, fella.
I think he just snuck in. But yes, Daniel, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're having a great Saturday. Chris Peters asked how Chris Meta's doing. Well, we still got tomorrow, but he didn't pick up very many points today.
Right, Chris has got 1, and you, Chris, have 3, and I have 5.
So that puts Jose back in the lead for right now.
We've got Mr. M in the house.
Oi, oi! What is up?
Hello, Mr. M.
Mr. M, good to see you. Very good to see you. And then, yes, it's a marathon, not a sprint. That's exactly what I was trying to say.
I like Daniel's comment after this. There we go.
Yes, exactly. It's worth it. It's worth it whenever the result suits you and your team. For sure.
Dan and Mr. M, you've only just joined us. So I posed a question earlier when Man U were 2-0 down. I was talking about Ten Hag. I know it's not Tottenham, but we talk all things football here. I was talking about Ten Hag. There's rumours that he's lost half the dressing room. He's had spats with players. He's had players bought for him to the club and that. And Man United don't seem to have gone or done what they probably set out to do. His philosophy doesn't seem to be kicking in as much in that yet. And then with the buyout from Ratcliffe and Ineos, and there's already backroom staff that are leaving and they're changing, and they're going to announce the deal next week. What do you think they're going to think of Ten Hag? Where does this leave Ten Hag? And this is when they were 2-0 down. I asked the question. The minute I asked the question, they went 3-0 down. So now the game's finished 3-0. What do you guys think? What do you think is going to happen to Ten Hag? Does Ten Hag keep his job? Are they going to be looking at Ten Hag? You know, are they going to give him a chance? You know, what do you guys think out there about Ten Hag and what's going to happen with him?
I was gonna say it would be so. It would be very funny, I guess, if they did keep Ten Hag till next weekend, and they ended up beating Liverpool with their slightly depleted with United's slightly depleted squad. That would just be how it goes. That'd be a very Spursy thing for them to do, to lose this match, but then to go out and win against Liverpool. I wouldn't be hugely surprised, to be honest. And I think it's another one of those things. I think a lot of times, and it shouldn't happen with professional players, but they have a hard time getting themselves up for matches against the quote unquote smaller teams. And so I think for Liverpool, United will come out playing harder. They'll come out, more aggressive, more excited. But yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard to guess for sure. But why do you agree though, Jose, that it seems like a lot of times teams have that kind of a problem? They'll come out, and Spurs, for example, do it. We'll play to the level of the opposition that we're playing against. If it's a lesser team, it seems like we kind of drop a bit. And I don't know if we feel like we've got the win in the bag with less effort, or the players just aren't as excited to play. I don't know. What do you think that's an actual problem, or am I seeing things that aren't there?
A bit of both.
Yeah.
A bit of both.
Fair.
Yeah. So you got Mr. M saying he needs the same as Ange, Simon backing the fella.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. What's going on at Jose's house? Is he streaming at a restaurant? Yeah. Sometimes I feel I
am. That was a can't recover from this position problem. Now the writing's on the wall. He's gone after Wednesday when they go out of the Champions League. Yeah, Daniel. But who? So we've been trying to think of who they're going to replace him with. That's the hardest part for me, because I don't disagree that he's probably got a foot out the door already. But it's just I don't know where they, who they could bring back in to replace him. It would be really, really hard, I think, at this point to do that, and to also they've had such a revolving door of managers like us and like some other teams lately. I don't know who would want to take the job. Mr. M, though, saying no one gets the time nowadays. 100%. There's people that have been worried. Will Postecoglou even get a whole season? To show what he's got, and I think he will. But yeah, absolutely, they definitely do not get the time they deserve. And Mr. M with another comment here: Ange needs to be backed. We need 2 defenders and Tony. Ange needs time. So does Ten Hag, 10 IQ. We called him earlier, but yeah. Oh, and yes, Chris Peters rightfully telling us, too, that Bournemouth did have a goal disallowed by VAR in the 93rd. It was almost 4-0 to United at their home ground. But, yeah, so what is it? Oh, and backing as in financial. Yeah, for sure, Mr. M. We got you. Daniel says Conte will be their next manager. Wouldn't that be hilarious? And then the Yanks at United are tight, just like Levy. Yeah, but Mr. M, we were saying, Jose and I, didn't they have like a new a person that's kind of has started backing them, bought a 25% stake in the club, and is going to be making some big changes and presumably pumping some money into the club. Yeah, Kim agrees with me too, though. Who wants to take the nut job of a club? It's not the glamorous club it once was. Leo was saying that earlier. I've been saying that. I don't know who would take the job. Yeah, thank you, Mr. M. Jim Radcliffe is the fellow that's going to be pumping the money in, we presume. And is that an American name? Where's he from? Let me Google it. I'm not sure where this fella even comes from. I don't think he is American. Jim Radcliffe, nationality. So British. He's a British man. Well, that's good. I mean, more British people involved in English football, I think, is a good thing. Mr. M says, yeah, but imagine that the new bloke with only a 25% stake is putting in more cash than the majority owners, bro. Yeah, there's definitely issues there. Definitely issues. When you look at their players, they don't have a possession-style team. It actually suits a Conte-like manager who plays nothing other than counter-attacking football. I don't think that would be a bad idea in the least. 1 second here. But yeah, do you guys? Can anyone in the chat see that happening? Can you guys see Conte heading over to United? I mean, I guess it doesn't seem totally unrealistic. And if Conte says, "Hey, go buy me X, Y, and Z player," United probably would. They don't have any problem purchasing older players. So yeah, that's definitely a good shout. Real quick, we're gonna have to bounce here in just a moment, but it's been very good having this impromptu pop-up show with you guys today. Just want to know, Jose, real quick, do you think that there's a chance of Conte joining up at United?
It depends what they're after, doesn't it? It depends what they're after. It depends what. First and foremost, they need to have a manager vacancy in order to go for someone else, and they currently don't have a manager vacancy. I'd be interested in listening to. Well, one, I'd be interested in watching the highlights of the match because I've not watched the match at all, and then make my own judgment from the highlights and what I think. But then also as well to see what Ten Hag's got to say. It'd be interesting. I will say one thing though. At the start of the season, Iriola, who was a really good manager in Spain, young, progressive manager. He's very young because his football career didn't finish that long ago. But he was really good the way he set up teams in Spain. He frustrated the likes of Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico, stuff like that. And when he got the job, which I felt that Gary O'Neill was unfairly dismissed from Bournemouth, and Iriola got the job at the start of this season. When Iriola, after we beat them this season, there was talk about if he doesn't win the next game, he's going to get the sack. They held on to him, and he's managed to turn things around. Bournemouth set up really well. Bournemouth do good, play good football. So I'm interested to see the highlights of the game tonight, see what Ten Hag had to say, and then I'll think about it then. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Man United fans think about it because it's their opinion that counts because it's the team that they support.
Absolutely.
So I'd be interested to see what they say. They're probably going to blow up like we do. Any fan base, you lose a game, you blow up. But this wasn't just losing a game. This is not losing the game in the last minute. This is losing 3-0 at home and having a VAR disallowed goal in the 93rd minute, which could have been, by all accounts, a 4-0 victory. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then Leo's throwing in.
We knew they were 5-1 down, Leo.
Yep.
So just in case, because we're going to wrap up, guys, but just in case people haven't heard, tonight, Carlin.
Yeah. Everybody, 7 p.m. Central Time in the U.S. It's going to be 1 a.m. Over in the UK. We are doing a big, fun show, kind of to get ready for tomorrow. It's also going to be sort of serve as the after party to Jacob, United Spurs of America's big 3,000 subscriber party that he's having. After party is going to be over here at Talkin' Ball / LTL Cockerel. We'll be dual streaming on both platforms. It's going to be a great time, you guys. There's going to be a little quiz I've made up. There's going to be some Keeper West Hams. And then we're obviously going to talk about, the upcoming match tomorrow. So everybody, if you're awake, if you're in the UK and you're awake, please join in. If you're in the US, you'd love to watch, please do so. And then if you can't catch it tonight, just make sure that you watch that replay tomorrow. Slap a like on there, but it'll be a lot of fun. I don't think you guys want to miss it. It'll be a great show. And
we have Mummy Julie and Queen Ellie and Leo from Mile High will be guesting to help the show along. And then we can take it from there. So yeah, it'd be good for it'd be good to have people join if they can. We know that people live in different time zones.
Right, and have other things to do, and like Daniel here says, got work in the morning, so totally understand. But check it out tomorrow if you can, Daniel. It should be a fun one to watch back. And Mr. M, I just want to say, Mr. M says, "Good show, subbed. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you, my friend. Big up for that." And then Tequila's here right at the end. Unfortunately, Tequila, we are heading off, but we will be back, or I will be back. Maybe Jose. So at 1 a.m. UK time, Talkin' Ball / LTL Cockerel. There'll be another show, you guys. So definitely check that out. Please come join if you're still awake. If not, please watch it on the replay. But we will absolutely be back. Everybody's jumping in after that United match, Jose. Everybody's jumping in.
Is that
Yep, that's what it looks like. Rakesh says, sorry, I was late, was watching United bashing. Tequila saying big up. I think they just got here. Chris from Meta Football says, I'm not winning this week's predictions. What surprising results indeed. Tequila just got in. Yep.
Are they?
Oh, I'm talking awfully fast. Sorry. Trying to get everybody's in. I know you need to go.
Right, sorry, let me say good afternoon to Rakesh. Good afternoon to Mr. M. Thanks for subbing. We're doing a dual stream, which I'll put it down there. We are doing a dual stream. So it's, although I co-host here on Talking Ball, I do have my own channel, which is Old Top Cockerel. So a like and a subscribe would be good. Thank you very much, Mr. M. So, and I'd like to say hello to Tequila 316. And I would like to say hello to Chris as well, and to say to Chris that we've already read out what is so far the scores. And Chris Peters, you believe it or not, Chris wanted to know how you were getting on because he knows how he's got on. So at the end of the day, at the moment, from the top three, Barbaric was in, and Barbaric's still around somewhere. So Barbaric sees you probably comment there for you. So Chris, you've currently got 1 point. Chris Peters currently has 3 points, and I currently have 5 points. That's after the first 5 games, just because we're up there, we're up and around each other. Daniel E. So the show for Jacob on United Spurs of America starts at 11 p.m. our time, and it will go on for a couple of hours, and then Colin will go live at 1 in the morning. To have, he's going to get the raid and all that. So so it's going to be, it's 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock is Jacob's on United Spurs of America, and then we're going live at 1. Rakesh, where are you? Sorry, mate, Rakesh, let me have a look.
Here we come, Rakesh. 1 moment here.
Rakesh. Rakesh, I haven't got a point for you because you haven't entered this week.
Whoa. Rakesh, if you did get your comments in somewhere, if they're in like a,
you have to let us know where they are because I've not seen your comments anywhere. I've not seen your scores anywhere, Rakesh.
Let us know, Rakesh. And then, the Palace Liverpool match. Yep, Chris, you were right.
So for the Palace Liverpool match, Chris, you got your point, but that's where me and Chris Peters got our 3 points from because we had the correct prediction. 4 people correctly predicted the Palace game, the Palace Liverpool game, and 19 people got a point for going for Liverpool, and 2 people didn't get points because they both went for a draw. In the Brighton Burnley game, only 2 people got a draw. In the Sheffield United Brentford game, 3 people got the correct prediction, and 2 people got Sheffield United winning that game. Forest versus Wolves, we got Lee Smithy Smith got the correct prediction, but 1, 2, 3, 4 other people went for draws. Brighton Burnley, 2 people predicted the draw, but didn't get the 1-1, but they predicted the Desmond, so they got points. So at the moment, the highest scorer at the moment on 6 points is Ben Kaufman. Ben Kaufman from the first 5 games.
Who wanted to get a 0.
Who's already messaged saying he wanted to get a 0. He ended up with 1 correct prediction and 3 correct scores going the right way. So he's got 6 points. So he currently, on this week alone, leads on 6 points. But then obviously we have to add all the points to all the others as well. So
exactly. It'll be a good time. We can kind of see how the table is shaping up for this week. But I think that about wraps us up.
I don't know what Chris, because Chris is here, but Chris tends to. Chris, are you still a night owl?
Yeah, let us know, Chris. Because
let us know if you're still a night owl. Do you still go up? Are you still going to bed late and that, Chris?
Let us know. We would love to have you on the Big Fun Show tonight. Yeah, you are mutually or formally invited. Um, yeah, Daniel E. It is crazy here. It's a big country for sure. I don't know how many. I wonder how many Englands you could fit inside the U.S. But
Right. Chris Meta Football. What we're saying is tonight, Talk and Ball are going to do a special show tonight at 1 o'clock in the morning English time, which will be 2 in Spain. They're going to follow Jacob because Jacob goes on at midnight your time, Chris, and he is doing a special show for getting to 3,000 subs. It'll probably be a couple of hours of show, and then they're going to do a raid over to Talk and Ball, and then Talk and Ball are going to do a show. Yeah, Tequila, it's 1 a.m. our time.
pretty late.
So if people want to watch Jacob's going at 11 o'clock English time, and then Talk and Ball they'll do a raid, and Talk and Ball are going to go at 1 o'clock in the morning. So Chris Meta Football, if you're up, if you reckon you're going to be on at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're going to be up. Do you want to come and guest on Talk and Ball? Because if you do, then Colin will send, or I will send you the link. Rakesh, on Indian time, it depends because you also have a whole load of different time zones as well.
Actually, I think there might just be one. So let me see. So we're on an 11. What time is it right now, Rakesh? That would be the easiest way for me to tell you.
Yeah, because I think if you're going on at 7 o'clock in the evening, American time, I think that makes it 6:30 in the morning Indian time, I think. Just let us know the time. What's the time where you are now, Rakesh? And we can then tell you the times.
11. It's 11 there.
Is it 11 in the evening at the moment?
Yeah, it is 11 p.m. for Rakesh, and then it's 11 a.m. or 11:30 a.m. here.
So you're five and a half hours behind. 11 in the evening. Yeah, it's 11 in the evening for them.
Yeah, 11 p.m.
Yeah, okay. So it's 11 p.m. in the evening. And for you, what's the time where you are now? 10:30?
Yeah, 11:30.
11:30.
Yep.
So that makes it. So if you're going on at 7
11
o'clock.
and a half hour difference?
Yeah. If you're going on at 7 o'clock, it'll be 6:30
in the morning.
It's 6:30 in the morning, Rakesh, your time. That's Collins. That's Talk and Ball. Will be going on at 6:30 in the morning, your time.
And it'll be a kind of a special party, fun show, and obviously previewing the match tomorrow, and yeah, just a right old fun time. So if you feel like getting up early and having some fun, definitely, but don't feel like you have to. I always feel bad making shows at times that are hard for people to get to. So Rakesh, we would love to see you there.
And Rakesh, can I just say to you, Rakesh, please stay tuned for some news that we may have at the early part of this week that may be of interest to you, Rakesh.
Yep.
So please listen out to some news that we may have for the channel to let you know.
Boom. Absolutely. Julie, mom saying sounds like too much math. Agreed. I hate math. And then Chris says, unfortunately,
fair enough.
Yep. Yeah. No worries. Hopefully, good luck to your son in his match tomorrow too. By the way.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah, for sure. Well, all right. Well, Jose, you've got things to go and get done with your day, correct?
Yeah, I've got. Yeah, we've been. Although we've only been live for 2 hours,
but we've probably
had an hour and a half chat before the show anyway to try and think of new things and what we want to do next to the channel and that. So we've been doing a lot of planning. So we've actually been going, you and I, for 3.5 hours, which for you is quite early as well because you're on an earlier time frame than me. So basically, we've got to get on with our days and evenings and get ourselves ready for tonight. So again, to everybody that's tuned in today to this show, thank you very much for joining. As we said, we've read out all your comments, and all your comments are equally as valuable. You guys are the ones that make the shows, and yeah, we appreciate every single one of you. So yeah, and if you haven't done so already, the likes are important to us because it gets our shows out. Let's see if you can like on both channels. If you haven't subbed on both channels as well. So yeah, please keep it real. Enjoy your weekends, and we shall see you on our next shows. Yeah, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you on our next shows.
Sounds perfect. I agree with everything he said. I'll co-sign that. And to everybody, hope you have a good rest of your day. See you later. And come on, you Spurs.
Play out with Madison.
Yeah, and we'll play you out with the best song and the player we're missing more than
So
anything.
Rakesh is saying which other channel. So Rakesh, I will put it in for you now.
Yeah.
Again, hold on a minute. I need to find it.
Sorry, which one are you looking for? Yours?
Yeah, hold on. Here we go. I'm just going to find it. I'm just going to put it up on your one again. I'm
of
here.
course.
Sorry. So.
Yeah, no problem.
So the news. So Rakesh, I've just put my one down there, Rakesh, so you can see it. If you can subscribe to that channel as well, because we dual stream from both. And the news will come out, and it will come out to both channels. We will tell you all the news, and it will come out to both channels. But we're looking for we're looking to make some new ideas and changes. So you guys, once we've got everything agreed and sorted out, you guys will be the first to know.
Yeah.
All right then.
Sounds perfect.
Okay, well, thank you very much, guys. And with that, I say, come on, you Spurs, and have a great weekend, everyone.
Come on, you Spurs. And I'll play us out with our
Tune in tonight, if you can, to both Jacobs and to Talk and Ball.
And Jacobs will be at 5 p.m. my time, 11 p.m. GMT. So definitely.
And that'll be 4:30 in India.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry, 5 o'clock in India. No, 4:30. That'd be 4:30 in India.
4:30. Yes, sir. Yep. We got it. All right, everybody. Come on, you Spurs. See you later. And I'll play us out with our favorite song.
Thank you very much, everyone.
My team has got James Madison. James Madison is what we need. Whoa, thank God we got James Madison. This kid plays ball like you would never believe. Whoa.